You've probably heard the line about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. This can be harder than it sounds, though, since research shows we tend to empathize most with those who look or act like us. But new research shows virtual reality may help bridge this gap.
You've been unemployed for over 2 months and you need to find more affordable housing.
Developers at Stanford University conducted 2 studies with more than 560 participants. They were presented a story about becoming homeless. Participants either wore VR glasses to be the central figure in the story, watched a 2D video of the VR simulation, or read a written narrative of the video. After 8 weeks, researchers found that the subjects that participated in the more interactive, immersive narrative about homelessness through VR were not only much more empathetic to that narrative, they were also much more likely to sign a petition about social programs helping the cause. In other words, virtual reality is a promising way to get people to think differently about social experiences. We met with Mimi McFall with the National Behavioral Health Innovation Center. She wasn't part of this study, but is familiar with the work. She says the scenario in the headset feels real, and that seems to be enough to cause longer-lasting changes in how we think about other people.
So the immersive experiences of VR, especially when we're talking about empathy, recreate basically things and situations that you could not recreate in real life.
McFall had me try one VR simulation to see firsthand how immersive the experience can be. You ride an elevator up, and from what it looks and sounds like, feel like you're walking out hundreds of feet up in the air. Almost immediately, I felt my heartbeat race and my legs shake.
Oh, my knees are like shaky.
The kind of depth of which you feel emotion or reaction to that particular experience solidifies and deepens kind of your understanding or experience of that particular issue, homelessness, for example.
VR companies recognize the potential for making people think differently, too. HTC's committed $10 million to developers for its VR for Impact branch, and Oculus has its own similar initiative called VR for Good.
There's a scene where you're on the train, and all of these men are looking at you. You immediately have this sense, this feeling comes over you.
It's harrowing to look around and be looked at like that. I've had many men that I work with tell me that that has been the most moving moment they've experienced in VR.
Programs like these could make VR a powerful tool for therapists or social workers, but the market will have to mature first. Right now, most headsets require a computer to run and cost hundreds of dollars themselves. McFall thinks we're still a few years out from widespread use.